Am I the a-hole because my dirty coworker got fired after I stopped giving him a ride to work? So, I've been getting some flack at work because a well-liked coworker of ours got fired for repeated absences after I stopped giving him a ride to work. As background, I'm an active duty military mid-level healthcare provider and he was an entry-level civilian contractor. We both worked at a large military hospital. Earlier this year, John, 20M, who recently started working at the hospital, was asking around our department for people he could carpool with. Everyone gave various reasons why they couldn't help, and eventually I volunteered because he lived nearby and it wouldn't be out of my way to pick him up. I will preface this by noting John was very well liked in our department, with most of the older ladies adopting him as their work son, etc. He's also the youngest employee by almost a decade. This issue started about 1 month in when I noticed every morning after I picked him up, he would bring various food products to eat on the drive to work. This didn't bother me at first, but as time went on he was leaving food trash and crumbs in my vehicle. I'm an extremely clean individual, so this bothered me and I said something. He continued eating, and kept forgetting to clean after himself. I was getting tired of constantly reminding him to take his trash with him, and I started just throwing the trash away myself. After doing this a few times, I decided to just leave the trash, and see if he would notice. He didn't. For weeks the empty water bottles, Red Bull cans, candy wrappers and empty containers started to pile up in my passenger door and floorboard, and stayed until I asked him politely, "Could you take that trash with you?" His response of, "Yeah, of course, I don't mind," made me feel like he thought it was mine and I was asking for a favor. There's more examples, but to keep things short, I gave him an ultimatum. He needed to clean up after himself and respect my car, or he would need to find another ride to work. Not even a week later, he was eating some type of meal with flaky crackers and it was spilling on his lap the entire ride to work. When we pulled into the parking garage, he dusted all the food crumbs from his lap onto my carpet. We left the car and went to work. After work, when I returned to my car, there were ants inside of my vehicle. I had enough. So I made up an excuse, and told him I couldn't give him rides. He took it well, and the ride stopped. But over the next few weeks, his tardiness started to pile up. His agency fired him in September. We are not privy to contractors' personnel issues, but everyone assumes he was fired for being chronically late. Fast forward to today, while on break, I overheard some folks saying he was fired because I stopped giving him a ride to work and that was selfish of me, etc. I never told anyone except him why I stopped, and I'm assuming he told them some half-baked truth, and because he was well liked, I know they believe him. Am I the a-hole?